look at your calendar. I'm gonna look at mine because I learned this too, but look at your calendar, and that's who you're showing gratitude with. That's who you're showing gratitude to, is who your calendar is full of. So look at your calendar and show gratitude by making sure you're filling it with the right things that you want to show gratitude towards. Action. All right, Ryan. Everybody, welcome to the Entre Podcast. This is episode 8, and today we're going to be talking about the business of gratitude. It's Thanksgiving, right? So
Yes,
it's a good time to be grateful.
Yeah, that's why I figured we should gather here at the table and talk about what we're thankful for and how gratitude affects our businesses.
Absolutely, in our personal lives and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, businesses.
So I just I'll welcome us to this to the podcast today. Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm the producer of the Entre Podcast with Chip. So I'm typically behind the scenes, but today I wanted to come on and kind of discuss this topic with Chip. He's read some books on it. I know he leads his life with gratitude. So what better time than Thanksgiving week to come out and discuss some of the things we're thankful for, but also how gratitude can be like a business strategy. You know, holidays are approaching. It's a great time to reflect on our successes as well as our shortcomings, in our personal and professional lives. So while we're sitting around giving thanks for everything that we enjoy, you know, the question kind of arises like, what ways does gratitude affect our businesses? So basically, I'm just going to ask Chip a few questions on your career and how gratitude has leaked into it and how maybe it has shaped it, or maybe you're trying to be better at it and stuff like that. Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Okay. So Chip, you've talked a lot about gratitude playing a role, how you operate as a leader and as an entrepreneur. What do you think of the word gratitude whenever you hear it? And what does it mean to you personally and then as like a business owner?
I know they say that you can't you spell love Time. You want to show people you love them, you give them your time. I think the same thing with gratitude. To show people you're grateful for them, to show them the gratitude towards them, I think we have to show them time. I was reading this morning, just a fluke deal, but look at your calendar, and that's the things you're grateful for, who you're giving your time to. And so even with our clients, you know, in what ways can we show gratitude to our businesses? It's giving our clients time, picking up the phone and calling them, letting them know we care. And not just telling them they're awesome. I mean, that's great. Tell them they're awesome. We're glad to have your client, but like also giving them your time and energy and effort and helping them succeed in whatever they're trying to accomplish. Right. Yeah. So
yeah, your time, basically the time that you spend with your clients is like your way of showing that you're grateful for them, right?
Yeah. I went last week. Rode Bastrop State Park with some clients, and though I was looking forward to that, but you're giving them your time. You're showing them, hey, I'm thankful for the opportunity to come with you guys. You're saying yes. Yeah. You know, to when they ask you to come spend some time with them, and you say yes. I think that shows that you are grateful for them, and that's showing them that you appreciate them. That's showing gratitude.
True. They say time is our greatest resource. So.
Yeah.
If we're able to give that to the people, that's a good idea. Looking at your calendar, I'll also have to show all the bands that I spend my time and money on that I really care about them, and I hope they return. Every weekend there's a band on the calendar, so I'm very grateful for them, and hopefully they're grateful for for me too. So that's really, I like that idea a lot.
It's the same thing with our kids and our family is. Showing them that we're grateful for them is giving them their time. You know, like I look back at the year, and the vacations is what I really look forward to every year, is planning that out and taking with the family and spending that quality time. Because I think that's the one thing that we'll remember is the vacations we went on and the things that we did together. You know,
true, creating memories. Yeah. Let's jump into like, I guess, more of a. Let's define gratitude before we move further into the podcast.
Okay.
Oxford defines gratitude as a readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. How has your definition of gratitude evolved over the course of your career?
So I would say when you start off in business, it's you and you got to get a client, right? And so it's just you and the client. But as your business grows and you hire people and your team grows, you have to show gratitude in so many ways. And it's very, very difficult to give everyone your time, right? And that's the challenge, I think, for any business leader is how do you give everybody your time? Because your time is, we all have the same amount of time in a day. So we always got to figure out how we're going to spend our time. And I think one of my biggest mentors was John Maxwell when he wrote the 5 Levels of Leadership. And every day is a challenge of this because, level 5 leader is somebody that people aspire to be, right? And so it's hard to be a level 5 leader because people follow you because they know you, like you, and they want to be like you, right? And so a lot of your priests are probably level 5s. It's hard to be a level 5 leader. Level 4, well, let's start off with level 1 is I'm your boss. You show up at 8 o'clock and do what you're told, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to give you the minimum effort that's expected,
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to give you any more energy than they have to.
Very transactional relationship.
Very transactional relationship. Level 2 is it's relational. You're spending time with those people in your office. You're showing them you care about them. You're asking questions about their family and their goals and all this, right? And that's level 2. You've made a relationship with them. Level 3 is production. People follow you because of what you've done for the company and for themselves. And so so that's production. So it's level 1. They have to. Level 2, it's they want to follow you because you're invested in a relationship. With level 3 is they follow you for what you've done for the company. Level 4 is they start reproducing what you've done for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you've made a leader out of them, and now they're going to go and make leaders out of other people in the organization by following that. And so I think that's, as a leader, that's how you have to grow, is through the 5 levels of leadership. And that's something I've tried to do. I've tried to teach it, and we've done some things to teach that. But when you hire a new person in the office, you're level 1. You got to work your way up to level 4 with everybody.
Gotcha.
You could have 3 children like I have 3 children. I might be on level 2 with one, and I might be on level 4 with another.
Mm-hmm.
And it's every day is a challenge to make sure. Ask yourself, what level am I on? Am I just their boss, or have I actually invested in a relationship? Am I at least at level 2, or am I at level 3? How do I get to level 4 with this person? And so you can't just be. You can be a level 5 with somebody. You can be a level 1 with somebody. And so you have to treat everybody like that. You have to ask yourself, what level am I on with that person?
Interesting.
And so at least try to get to level 2.
Yeah. Get past the transactional stage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's how it shifted for me. Like when you first start out to where it is today.
I got you.
You have to, you realize there's only your infinite amount of time. And so you have to choose where you give your time. You have to teach other people, I think, the 5 levels in some aspect in order to grow your organization. So everybody feels the gratitude that we have for everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
you want to make it pervasive throughout the organization.
Like Coy's done a really good job for me here because he sits here at this table and has lunch with the ladies almost every day. I'm in the office. And so that's showing them gratitude that we appreciate you. He's giving him his time. Because I'm always out and about. I don't have that ability to be here every day. Like I would love to be here every day, but I have to be where, my phone takes me or whatever. So it's a challenge.
That's true.
But so it takes people like that every day to help us show the gratitude that we have here in the office.
That's why you always have to be building those other leaders in your office and your businesses. That's good. We'll jump ahead here, but do you, is there anyone else like that was John Maxwell that did the 5 levels or?
Yeah, John Maxwell is very influential. If you've never read any of the John Maxwell books, they're all great. I don't think there's a bad one out there, but Developing the Leader Within You is a great starter book that he wrote. And then the 5 Levels of Leadership. He also has the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. There's so many good books that he's written, but he's like the number 1 expert in leadership in the world.
Yeah.
And, he's no spring chicken anymore, but he has somebody said, John, I wish I would listen to you 30 years ago. He's like, no, you wouldn't have, because it took me 30 years to learn all this stuff.
That's a good point.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, John was a very, and I actually flew to Florida and spent a week with him. Kimberly and I did back in 2014.
Oh, wow.
And that was an awesome experience.
I bet.
To go listen to him speak for a few days.
He gave you some of his time.
What was so crazy is, when we went there, Ryan, it was his birthday, and on his birthday, he's sitting there speaking to us and talking to us. And that's leadership, right? And you're like, most people take off on their birthday, whatever. This guy's working, trying to instill greatness in us. So
that's great. Anybody else that you're grateful for that maybe was a mentor, maybe taught you?
My grandparents, my dad, my mom, my grandparents, I remember as a kid, my grandfather always for like Palm Sunday is always very special to me because I'll never forget. I was in Columbus, Texas with my grandpa Bubela, and so it was always instilled in me that you go to church on Sunday. So that's something that I learned from the get go from my grandparents, even my parents, and my grandma, my grandma and stuff. So that's very powerful. And then and just the whole family's very important to us.
Mhm.
Got that from my grandparents, my mom and dad. And then my dad taught me how to be productive. Like there was no sitting around as a kid. You had to do something.
Mhm.
He would ask you every day, what are you going to do today that's productive? So you better be doing something that's going to make the world better or make yourself better, but do something. You're not going to sit around all day. And mom had a saying, you always finish what you start. And so I'm always grateful for that. You don't quit till you finish. So you never leave. You can never quit halfway through the season.
Yeah.
You're going to at least finish the season.
Yeah.
So those are some of my early on mentors, my grandparents, my mom and dad. And then from there, I have mentors like Wayne Morgan. We've had him on. Wayne was very instrumental in me getting started in real estate. Thankful for him, grateful for him. And then John Maxwell, of course. And then those are some of my favorite authors are John Maxwell and Robert Kiyosaki too, with his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah.
That was influential and just taking the fear out of everything and just trying to go for it and understanding how money works.
Very good. Well, very good. Shout out to all the mentors out there.
Yeah. That's so powerful is like, especially with podcasts and everything today, sometimes you're just bound by your boundaries where you're at, right? But like you can reach so much out there now. There's so many people that you need to go learn about something, it's there, go find it.
Yep.
So
it's true. Power of the information age. We love it. We're here for it. And that's why you're listening to us.
The problem with it all is there's so much information.
It's true.
But you got to take action on it,
Yeah.
So.
And, you got to find us too. So if you found us and you're listening, thank you so much. Going back to gratitude, I feel like, especially around the holidays, it seems to be like an intentional act, right? We're buying gifts. We're breaking bread with other people. We're going out of our way. It seems like it's an intentional gratitude, Oh goodness, my background. Let me fix it. There we go. Continuity error, but we'll fix it in post. All right. It seems right now we're all practicing gratitude, right? We're breaking bread, we're buying gifts and stuff like that. It's all very intentional though.
Yeah.
Would you say that, in your business, do you lead with intentionality or has it become more of a natural mindset at this point to lead with gratitude or have like that in the back of your mind?
Yeah. I think it's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to say it's natural, but I think it's when you get the flow of things, those, giving God the first part of your day and realizing that he's why we have what we have. And so, Kimberly and I, when we went on vacation this summer, we did a Bible study together and it was about giving, like you're supposed to tithe, giving God the first part of your check. Well, same thing with your day, giving him the first part of your day. And so make sure you're spending that quiet time with him before you get your day started. I wish I could say that I do that every day, but I do try to do that every day. And if I don't do it, I'm like, my day is not exactly like I'd like it to be, right? Because it's that by doing that every morning, giving God the first part of your day, I think that's how you really get gratitude every day.
Okay.
And it's having that system in place. That's when you're the most grateful, when you give them the first part of your day.
Yeah. And the question was kind of a trick question. I feel like, people want to say, oh, I'm naturally grateful. And
we're humans, we're sinners.
It's tough though. I don't think like it can be a natural, you have to be intentional.
I think there's a lot of people that naturally are better at it. Probably.
Yeah, I think there's a skill set that might, or a personality type that might be more drawn to it and a little easier.
I hope I can get to there one day.
Yeah, and that's my problem. I think culturally we think like gratitude is like gift giving sometimes, and I'm not the best gift giver.
Yeah, it's your love language. Some people have different love languages,
and so I try to I work hard to show gratitude otherwise, especially with my relationships, mostly through acts of kindness, I guess would be how I do it.
And that's another love language is acts of kindness.
Yeah.
There's like 5 of them, I believe.
Yeah. I just try to help out. I'm not, my brain is going a million miles an hour. So I don't think of a gift, like, and I can't plan it out. It's hard for me.
Yeah.
But I'm always trying to be the best person I can to the people I care about.
Yeah. Less is more. I don't need any gifts either.
Yeah. Also that, like, I'm not a gift guy, so like this just doesn't cross my mind. But I want everyone to know that I am grateful.
Yes.
So I go out, and I do have to intentionally go out of my way to make sure it's known. Otherwise, like flowers a couple times. You got to get flowers a couple times a year.
Right.
Just show that I am being intentional.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, little trick question there to.
You tricked me.
But no, it's good to be intentional. I think it seems like it's more present in the mind that way. So
yeah. And John Max wrote a book about living an intentional life. And I think if you haphazardly try to just go through life and live, like if you don't have a plan, you're not intentional about what you're trying to accomplish or be intentional about gratitude, I think it's hard to naturally get all that done.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think it's definitely, and I think people that show gratitude are probably intentional about it.
Yeah.
Because they know that it's important to them.
Yeah. And the whole theme too, it's probably important to their business too.
Yeah.
And that's another why we're kind of here. So let's talk about your clients and gratitude. Have you ever had like a situation where you went out of you were very intentional with gratitude and it opened a door for you? Or
yeah. There's probably a lot of ways I've done things. Trying to remember, like I do a lot of things for free, not expecting anything in return.
Mm-hmm.
I think not expecting something in return goes a long way. When you just do things for people without any expectation of anything, is especially as a real estate agent, broker, you're kind of the go-to all, like general. People call you for a lot of things, right? Mm-hmm. And so you try to be not a go getter, but a go giver, right? And so, I've done a lot of things over time where they end up coming back to you. They remember that, mm-hmm. and they'll refer you people because of what you did for them, even though you didn't expect anything out of return for it. So it could be simple as there's so many situations, but I remember there was in Round Rock, I helped a police officer buy a home one time, and he didn't have even the earnest money to get started, and I helped him out with that. Just doing simple things like that, mm-hmm. For people to help them get started, and giving of your time too. Do be a part of things that you're passionate about, where you can help and serve, and it definitely comes back to you from people because they see what you're doing. So
yeah. And as a real estate agent, you're privy to a lot of information, or like you have access to more, like more databases and stuff like that. And I feel like just answering questions that people ask you that you just have access to, like that's an easy way to.
I had a text this morning that people want to add onto their home. They're like, who's a good contractor? Who should we call?
Mm-hmm.
So people call you for things like that, and you help them, find the best person that could help them out.
Yeah.
And that's part of being a real estate agent. Is building a team. Real estate's a team sport. So people know that you have a team of people, from electricians to plumbers to home builders to all these things, surveyors and appraisers. And so when you build up that team, naturally people call you because you're the expert, and they know that you're going to know the right person to help them get whatever they need to accomplish.
Yeah. So being there, answering those questions has benefited the real estate business of yours in the past. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Is there something that agents might overlook when about gratitude, or is there something they might be able to improve upon as a real estate agent?
Yeah. I think I hear, not our agents, but I do hear agents complain about how they've showed this person 5 properties they never bought, or they've been showing them for 6 months and they still haven't sold anything. It's like, that's part of it. You sign up for this. I'll meet people on a Saturday, or a Sunday, and they'll say, man, I'm sorry I'm taking your time on Sunday. Well, I signed up for this. This is what I signed up for, Like a doctor has to work Sundays too sometimes. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's what you sign up for, Yeah. So it's good. It's okay. That's why I'm here, And so you know what you're signing up for, and that you're going to probably not close every time,
mm-hmm.
but still giving people that effort and time. And it's all about the relationship, whether you buy something or not, I don't care,
Mm-hmm.
And so it's helping those people and just being a part of through the journey with them. And if we ended up, I don't ever say that I sold somebody a house or I sold them some land. I say I helped you buy that. Like, if you want to buy that, I will help you buy it. But I'm not going to sell it to you. So
Gotcha. I'm just going to show you how it is, and
make sure that
everyone's taken care of.
It's a great process, and I don't think there's ever a situation where you buy something and it's not, how am I trying to say this? You're never going to be sold something from us that you didn't want to buy. It's always about the process and helping them get through that. So, and make sure they get a good deal and all that good stuff. So,
nice. Very good. Another question for you. I'm just going to keep spitting them at you. So you've held several leadership positions along with your CEO of the brokerage and the partners insurance company. And I think we've touched on it a little bit. But how does gratitude kind of play into you as a leadership? We talked about the 5 levels. Is there anything else like in there that gratitude has helped you like lead an office or a team or an organization better?
Yeah. I think sometimes as a leader, you want to be at all places at all times, and you realize you can't do that. And you step back and you just say to yourself, I'm grateful for Tammy. I'm grateful for Coy. I'm grateful for these other folks that are helping lead.
Yeah.
And just letting go. And you have to let go and just be grateful for them.
Yeah.
And that's been hard. Sometimes it's very, very difficult because you almost you realize they're building better relationships with people than you are. And all of a sudden that kind of almost hurts inside. And so, but you have to reverse that and be like, just be grateful for them.
Yeah.
That they're doing their part and all that. So what's hard growing a company is that you don't get to have the awesome relationships that some of the other leaders have with other people. And so you just can't do it all. And so you just have to be grateful for all those people that are helping you get it all done.
That's a good point. Taking a step back, looking at it, and then just being okay with and being grateful for the team that you've been able to build, really. Yeah.
And I think it's the biggest challenge with myself, though, is not being able to have those awesome relationships that some other people have in the office.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah. Busy. That's
but you have to give your heart and just be grateful for those people. So,
good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Does that make sense?
No,
or am I just weird?
No, I think that's a great point. Because you have to take that step back. I think I was just reading a post about a lady I went to high school with and how she took 2 years off. She had like a mobile bar business.
Yeah.
So she caters or does drink service for big parties. And how she had to step back from her business for 2 years. And like she just went back to her own thing, did bartending or whatever. But the whole time it was to test the systems that she had created and the people that she had put in place. And her whole post was expressing that, how grateful she was for the hard workers and leaders she put into place. And now she's going back to the business full time, not to work it, but to grow it.
Yeah.
So it seems like a necessary step to have that pause and sit back and realize there's probably things she probably wants to be there with the clients, helping one-on-one, I'm sure, but now she can help. Her whole entire team is going to be able to help many more clients as she grows it.
Absolutely.
So I don't think you're crazy at all.
No. Good.
All right. So we're approaching the end of the year here. Obviously with all the holidays and stuff like that. Anything you do around the holidays it doesn't have to be business or anything that you could do to give back, like you want to highlight and you give back to the community? I know you serve on food lines and stuff like that.
Yeah. On the board for Senior Connections, we had Thanksgiving dinner for a lot of the seniors here in the town the other day. So I took Steve here in the office and we went and served lunch to the seniors. And then we also have a Christmas thing coming up too. So we'll do that. But like Knights of Columbus, I will work Sundays on that sometimes. And then what else do we do around the holidays? That's pretty much all I do as far as food giving and all that. And then just going to a lot of family stuff, of course.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of giving throughout the year, but also during this time too. We have our big fundraiser for Senior Connections coming up at on New Year's Eve that we have going on too. So things like that. And but that's some of the things that we do during this year. And then
anything personal you practice? I don't know, just diving into.
Well, I do look back.
Yeah.
So
reflection.
I reflect through the whole year. What went good? What did not go well? How could I have improved that? You know, and so, you know, one of the questions on here a while ago was like, you know, which I think we're going to come up to it, but you have to, when you go back for a year's a long time.
I know.
And you really look back at the year and you're like, wow, we did a lot. You know, and you forget about all the things you did. Really, if you know, so I was going back through some of the transactions that I've done, and it's like that one was, you know, in March I kind of almost forgot about it, you know, but you have to go reflect on it and be thankful for all the things that did happen this year.
No, definitely. Yeah, I like to reflect around this time of year a lot. I was actually flipping through my little agenda the other day. I was like, okay, all right.
I can't remember what I did last week, much less what I did at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like it flies so fast these days. But that's why it's probably important to take that time to reflect, you know, realize, slow it down and be grateful for that year that you had. Because that's a long time. It's a long time that we got to be here.
Yeah.
Another year. So
grateful for that time.
Yeah. And
sure.
Everything we've got to accomplish. Do you think that helps? I think personally, I like to reflect, and I come up with like kind of like 1 or 2 goals, nothing major, nothing too much. But do you think to me, it sets the tone for the new year. What about you?
Yes. So something that I need coaching. I haven't had a coach this year. I had a coach last year, and I kind of gotten away with that. But looking back at my year, and I looked at some of the things that I didn't get done that I wanted to get done, and I'm going back to my 12-week year plan.
Yeah.
It's better to have 4 years in 1 year than just the whole year. So 12 weeks. So you work out 12 weeks in advance, and you focus on 2 or 3 goals and that you want to accomplish in 12 weeks, because New Year's goals really don't work, I don't believe. I think that it gives you too much time to accomplish anything, because you think you got a whole year to get it done. Whereas you give yourself 12 weeks, you're actually going to work right away to accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish. So, but that's what I've done. I've reflected this year, and grateful, of course, but also seeing how I can improve myself and be more intentional about getting things done quicker and all this. So,
very good. I'm gonna look into that.
It's periodization. So, the 12-week year brought in periodization. Periodization is more of like a training thing that you see in the gym. People they periodize their working out regime, whatever, to get stronger or whatever. Like a lot of athletes do periodization training. But if they brought it to the business world, and this guy named Brian Moran, and it's pretty powerful the way you just put 2 or 3 goals together and you focus on those for the next 12 weeks, and you'll accomplish a lot more in 12 weeks than a lot of people do in a year.
All right.
I'll work on that with you if you want me to.
Yeah.
So
figure out what I want to accomplish. Like I have plans.
No, and by the way, I'm grateful for you on this way, putting all this content together on the podcast. It's been very powerful. It's been fun, and I'm bragging on you, but I need to show you. I need to put you on my calendar, and we're going to do some fun stuff together. So.
For sure. No, I'm grateful too. This has been a great opportunity. I have a blast. And growing Entre has been real fun.
Yeah.
Starting from the ground up and going into another new year, your second full year basically of Entre is going to be a good time. So thank y'all for being here as well. All right, let's jump into the rapid fire questions.
Oh boy.
We're just very quick.
I'm stumbling bumbling already. Now we're really going to be quick.
Yeah, they're not that rapid fire. But let's just reflect on our thanks and gratefulness this year. So what is one client, who is one client that you're grateful for this year, if you don't mind naming them?
I'm grateful for all of them.
There we go.
But the Clements this year, I was thinking about the Clements. We closed their property. There was one on between here and Halsville on the river on the Navidad.
Yes.
And I'm grateful for them for sticking it out with me. It was a challenging sale. It took us longer than we wanted to, but the clients that stick with me, even though it's been a tough market.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for people not giving up on me through, this has been a past, year or two has been really tough with rising rates. Now that rates are coming down, it's getting easier, but It's been a challenge getting property sold. It's taken longer. And so I'm grateful for people being patient.
Yeah.
And they were patient with me. So thank y'all.
Yes. Thank you for your patience. All right. What is one business lesson you're thankful to have learned this year?
Speak up sooner. Tell the truth. I'd rather upset you today than 6 months from now. And I'll bring back the Clements. I called him and I said, hey, we need to reduce the prices. He's like, well, send me the data. So I sent it to him. And he looks at the spreadsheet. He's like, these sales from 6 months ago. How come you didn't tell us this 6 months ago? And so that was one thing I learned, was like just nip in the bud right away.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they were what I call a lot of clients don't have their Maxwell House coffee moment yet. They're not ready to have that conversation. So I felt like they weren't at the given time. But what I learned through that process was that don't be afraid to have those conversations early. Don't wait to get those price reductions as an agent.
Great point. I try to live my life with the phrase, like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Anytime bad news is something, I was like, all right, like a Band-Aid, like let's just do it.
Rip it off.
Yeah. Just get it over with.
Yeah.
Any personal lessons you've learned this year that you're grateful for learning?
Oh boy. Personal lessons. Speak up, I guess, maybe. I think sometimes I don't share what's in my head. People tell me that a lot. I don't share what's in my head. I can't read your mind.
Oh yeah.
So that's probably a personal lesson. I think things, but I don't say them. So I'm getting better at saying what's ever on my mind. I think words are so powerful. Like I have this saying, and I think a president said it, is like, I've often regretted my speech, but never my silence. So I've always kind of lived that, but I'm realizing that I'm starting to regret my silence too sometimes.
Yeah.
So
it's a tough balance.
Yeah.
That's a good point though. Because I agree. I think I'd rather just sit and, formulate the right words to say.
Yeah.
But sometimes you miss your opportunities.
Yep.
So it is good to speak your mind and then kind of work through the words as they come out.
Yeah. I got to be candid in a way that's, I don't know. But just being kind, but bold sometimes, I guess, for finding that balance. So
good point. All right. And then finally, what is one frivolous or fun thing you are thankful for this year?
Frivolous, fun thing I'm thankful for this year. What's frivolous, fun? I mean, fun is, so we took the kids to the Cayman Islands this year and we had a blast. And so boat day is always my favorite day.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of a fun story, but we had this guy, I follow Paul now on social media now, but his name's Paul, his last name Darling. And he was a darling. Like I have all daughters and Paul was the hot captain of the boat. And so that was a fun day to see my girls just, Paul all day, so.
That's good.
That was a fun day. Paul Darling. But anyways, he really did a really great job today. We had so much fun, and that was a frivolous, fun day with my girls, my daughters. And he looked like Leonardo DiCaprio. Wow. I mean, that's how this guy looked. And so you can imagine.
Yeah, had it made.
Oh, yeah. And like when I asked him, I was like, what's your last name? He already knew that the girls were gawking over him. And he's like, it's Darling. I'm like,
man. So shout out Captain Darling.
Yes. Good stuff.
Yeah. I think I'm thankful for all the cool concerts I got to go to this year and spending time with my wife and my dog just in a lot of cool cities in Central Texas and stuff like that. So
yeah,
just getting out and doing things.
I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of things, but that's probably my highlight.
That's a good one.
So y'all go to bands every, at least once a month, maybe?
At least once, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we tried to.
You should come to Freiburg tomorrow night.
I know.
Yeah, I think he's a loud band.
Yes, I've seen some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Kinfo at Freiburg Hall.
Yeah, Kinfo, yeah.
Guess it's going to wrap up. We're very grateful for having you guys. Chip, is there anything you'd like to encourage our listeners to practice this week? Is there something that they could go out and do to show gratitude or be thankful this week of Thanksgiving?
Look at your calendar. I'm gonna look at mine because I learned this too. But look at your calendar, and that's who you're showing gratitude with. That's who you're showing gratitude to is who your calendar is full of. So look at your calendar and show gratitude by making sure you're filling it with the right things that you want to show gratitude towards.
Nice.
So
very good. Yes, the calendar. That was a really good. That's a great idea, and I'm going to do that very soon.
That's why I asked my wife if she wanted to go on a date tonight. Because I was like, she's not in my calendar. I got to show her gratitude.
Put your wife in your calendar.
And your kids and everybody, but your clients too, show them gratitude by picking up the phone and spending some time with them and just doing life and just being authentic with everybody. Whether you're selling real estate insurance or selling gym memberships, whatever, but it doesn't have to be about the gym. It doesn't have to be about real estate. It can be about making a friend. Try to make everybody a friend and doing life with each other. So.
All right. Very good. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for episode 8 on gratitude in business. Thank you for joining us again here on the Entre Podcast with Chip. It's been about a year, just over a year now since we've been releasing podcasts. So thank you all who are following and who joined us on this journey so far. And to all our great guests, Gary Mailer.
Oh, yeah, we had some great ones.
Mr. Letterman. There's so many.
Yeah. Mr. Lammer, Greg Lammerman.
Greg Lammerman.
Exchange.
Jeff Cook, the guys from Land Within Reach.
Yeah.
All these great guys that have come on and shared their knowledge with us. Thank you all so much for letting me listen to it all. And it's been fun producing, and I'm looking forward to all the episodes coming up.
Yes, sir. Thank you all. You have a happy Thanksgiving.